before, but Japanese language makes no sense. We join the... Oh, they're fine. They Lady was a friend. Lady is a friend of mine. She does she streams Smash Bros. So he's fine where he's coming from. So you should be okay. Although I don't know why she recommended my... Yeah, I was confused. Yeah, there's no problem. Wasn't saying it was sus. Oh no, it was confusing. My apologies, my dear lady. So, counsel, what is this new evidence that demands the court's attention? Studying under the person give me university, doing research. Research by Chronicles is perhaps into a deadly poison. What? Poison? Where are we going with this council? It's actually known as currently, yeah, I can see. Even the slightest amount of deadly poison entering the body leads to an instant.
Objection!
What? A complete utter nonsense. You say? Never heard of it. You wouldn't have done. What do you mean? I mean that you wouldn't have heard of Sakura before for most people reason. It does not exist in our country. It does exist. Correct. Which means no matter what tests the police can do for the toxins, they never identified the cure. Why? Because there is no test available here that can identify the presence of this highly deadly poison. Ah! Order, order, order! Counsel, does this deadly poison truly exist? According to reports authored by the visiting research student from England, the cure has long been used by the tribals as a poison to lace their arrows. It seems that it's reasonably well known among European doctors and scientists. Lace their arrows? The report states that it's procedure produced from the extract of a tree that grows deep in the Amazon jungle. It was first brought back to Europe at the turn of the century by explorers. Claims that animals shot by arrows would suffer instant death. Doesn't that sum it up, Miss Pratt?
Objection!
Trumpancy! This succession was utter trumpancy. To start with, if the victim had been administration or a deadly person, he would have been screaming and writhing in pain, and other damage would have surely noticed. That's true. What do you say to that, Inspector? Honestly, I would have noticed such disturbance like that. I don't remember anything like that either. I didn't notice that professor being in kind of pain. According to this, however, it's the other way around. What do you mean? The other way around? The very fact that the victim didn't show any visible signs of distress is evidence that the cure was used. Explain yourself, counsel. The moment this toxin enters a person's system, it causes instant paralyzation. In other words, affected victims lose all strength and are completely unable to move. If they are in total agony, there will be no visible signs of pain at all. Terrible. Obviously, if a man lost all his strength in his muscle, he collapsed on the floor. But with a chair under him for support, as Dr. Weston did, the effects could have gone larger unnoticed. But I don't follow, customer. That's just paralyzation. I thought the poison caused instant. The full expression is extremely unpleasant. The poison causes extremely immediate parasites, leaving the victim unable to move. But after a short time, the parasites is so severe it causes the muscles that control respiration to fail. Respiration. In other words, the actual cause of death is suffocation. All the while, the victim is conscious and aware, just unable to move. That's hideous. In the observer, it's almost like the victim was slipping peacefully into his sleep. But for the victim himself, his final moments would have been a living hell. That is the true nature of this deadly critter poison. Ah, that headband wind. Suggesting that this bottle, Counselor, actually contains the terrifying poison.
Objection!
This is very convenient, isn't it? Into unknown poison for which there's no means of testing, but a happy tale for the defense. All these facts you think you're so clever, but you must be taught some. Must be taught. Of course. My lady! What? So, Matt. Oh, Miss Brett. The feeling is mutual. What do you mean? I can't believe one of the unfortunate circumstances of an innocent man to frame him for his crime. It really is a loathsome act. Wouldn't you agree?
Objection!
Now for this. I for one refuse to accept. There's some poison that doesn't even exist in the great empire of Japan is breaking the rules. It's so funny. Oh, excuse me, Your Excellency. Yes, Miss Brett. May I borrow that bottle for a moment, please? Oh, yes. Yes, I don't see, why not? Which is a big little island boys. Sigh. To English from the South, this whole affair is a commercial comedy. The police games, so this first courtroom actress is a laughable royalty. I'm getting bored of it all now. It's time for the games to end. It's a glass, it's not the cup. No sparkle left at all. How appropriate for the shamble affair. What's the matter? You look quite stunned. You're saying? Look quite particular, little boy. But of course. Simple. Thank you for presenting the findings of my research. So good to see here in the grand. Most kind. Oh, yes, Miss Brett. I should like to be excused now, please. I think I've given more than enough of my time for the furtherance of the friendship between our countries. Yes, dear lady. We're almost grateful for the assistance you've given. She swallowed a whole glass. Let's tell the tale. There's was poison in there. It should be dead by now. It's good for a good training. Two has dark uniforms around the world. You're supposed to be represented. Oof. Trials poison. Has to be. Cheers. Fool, are you blind? There's no way Pebble can contain poison. I mean, we just saw drinking that water from it. That's right, which further complicates your argument, I think. I believe that complication can be explained. How? Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Answer this widow. That's why I hear Miss Brett's own research report. There's explanation. No. Oh. You don't speak English. The point is other gibberish. Trying to recruit the court, Your Excellency. Not trying to recruit anyone. Honest, I'm just reading his certain notes. Thank you. The report is too extensive to be considered entirely by the court. We direct this to the Appointment Section Council. Which section we put reveals the alleged answers to this riddle? Is it the special? Yeah. Special characteristics. It's the point of entry. I've been hearing a lot about this cure poison. And it's left me curious about something. Oh, Counselor? Well, it sounds as though these hunters have been using this poison for years and years to lace their head arrows that they shoot at whatever prey they're hunting. So I've been led to believe, yes. And the point of hunting is to catch prey to eat. Get to the point, please. But if they're using these to lace their arrows, does that mean there'll be traces of poison left in the prey the hunters were going to eat? Good point. So surely the hunters wouldn't want to eat the prey, wouldn't they? Because then they'll be eating poison. God, crisis council, no, that would be madness. But I actually found the answer to the conundrum in this research paper here. Under special characteristics, it says this. The poison starts to work after entering the body through a wound. Through a wound, you say? I see, that makes sense. Yes, the mention of that particular detail seems a little strange to me though. It all makes sense when you interpret what's written in it like this. When cure enters the body through an open wound, it has terrifying poison effects. However, when it enters the body via the mouth, it has no poison effect whatsoever. Miss Brett, you authored this research. You know create for special characteristics. And you knew that you could make a spectacle drinking that water without any danger to yourself. You meddling little scrap scallion! Well, in this case, turns out you're an even better lawyer than I thought you'd be. Really? Me? A lawyer?
Objection!
This poison talk is fascinating, I'm sure. But fair to see how it's possible. You, little Everett little pup, has a new toy to play with. Bexy read it in the book. I'm afraid knowledge doesn't suit you, little boy. I'll make you look silly. What are you trying to say? Huh? Has a fatal flaw. Schoolboyish. Flaw. Brain has managed to reduce. Cure is safe to ingest. Expect to neutralize by the sick nature of the good successes. Oh yes, well, of course. That's trick suckers. What the hell? What are they? So, this is lethal poison is completely harmless when you're drunk. Bester wouldn't have died when he swallowed it, would he? Oh, this case going back and forth. Science, even a schoolboy should be able to understand. No? I thought I was gonna catch her. What's next? No way. You trying to suggest this cure poison is completely irrelevant to the case of the trial. That's right. Surely even a little cockroach like you would understand something simple as that. The duck move. I told you that swan was alive. It's welling up inside me. I've never felt like this before. It's a sort of convention to break all the scriptures. So intense, almost rage-like. More than anything else, it's an animalistic desire to take down my prey.
Objection!
Objection! I don't think so, Mistress Regret. Tell you use that tone with me. He did the thing! He did the thing! Yeah! There's no fatal flaw here. You know exactly why, even though both you and the victim swallowed the same poison. You are alive. Looks for is dead. Oh, counsel. Sir, I don't need to remind you. You must be providing evidence. You know this poison is completely harmless when ingested. Why would Dr. Wilson alone be killed by the cure? His teeth extraction! Get it? It's a wound!
Take that!
Right, so when he pointed out, she drank the same water as the professor. However, there was a fundamental and fatal difference between the two denies. A fatal difference? The toxic effects of cure only affect when the poison enters the body through an open wound. So, for a healthy person with no injuries, drinking it is completely harmless. But what if there was a wound inside the mouth of the person drinking the poisoned water? Inside? Yes, like the wound you might have if you just been to the dentist and had a tooth extracted, for example. Miss Brett, you acknowledged many times in your testimony already that you were well aware of Dr. Ross's dental appointment that day. Yes, that's it. You use that knowledge to orchestrate this. Is she laughing? Don't like to repeat myself, but honestly, I can't resist. These childish games and your half-baked elements are all superior. What do you mean? Don't wait, little schoolboy. You'll find out soon enough. See, when you leave vital evidence lying around, you never know what might happen to it. No. I mean, it could just slip. Oh dear, how careless of me. I'm afraid some curated evidence just may have been directly destroyed. No! But under my feet, which is a gift from the British Empire, I assure you, it will soak up the water beautifully. You neither the technology nor the presence of mind to recover it. Ha 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 ha! Heard you. You won't get with this. Little boy, but I'm afraid we'll never know now, will we? There's really there's some very compelling evidence left intact. Right, counsel for the prosecution. Of course, of course. So we're sitting this back to me. Also, the only person who shot him on the front is the little schoolboy.
Objection!
Your own hidden gun. Oh, it's case. Oh. Okay, you don't open a case like this and don't deliver. They're delivering, baby. Oh, I love this. To commit this crime. What a wonderful imagination you have, young man. Hidden gun, you say? When I shot the person dead body, did I? I'm terribly sorry, but you don't have a shred of evidence. Exactly. Should nothing support your wild claims, prosecution stance remains unchanged. The victim, Dr. Tony Hunter, was killed by a gunshot to the chest. Delivered in cold blood by the accused for no scale on harm. What do you mean? We've lost a vital piece of evidence. It's true. There's one clue. What's the use now? Yes, it's true. But to notice that this one was going on with my head. Back again. Try to remember every last detail about the scene that day. Everything you saw, everything you felt, every color, every smell. Somewhere in this private memory, is this the same scene in my head? Could there be another clue to expose to any of this person's killer? There's a clue. See, customer, think I might have something. Thinking back over everything I saw, I might have actually uncovered another clue. Haha, you always have something up your sleeve, don't you, Inosuke? Come on then, let's swipe the smoke off that English woman's face for some evidence. Wait. I can't wait! It's missing my memories of that day. Whatever it is could be the key to offering the truth of... It has to be this. Answer me this. Yes, what is it? You still might as well probably thinking about that bottle being smashed. You said it a number of times now. You strive for perfection in your investigation, don't you? Absolutely. I wonder, therefore, if perhaps you took everything else from the scene of the crime. Like, for instance, the plate of the steak that you took to the victim's table that day.
Objection!
Wait a minute. Where are you going with this? Where are you going with this, little boy? just a memory that's been troubling me. What memory? I saw the scene from this shown in this photograph print with my own eyes that day. And I saw that wooden base of that plate that the steak was served on. Was suspected was splattered with blood. But really? And what of it? Obviously that must have happened when you shot the professor. No, that can't be the case. Take a good look at the photograph and the relative position of everything there. The plate of steak is almost directly behind the victim. I'm supposed to have shot Wilson in the chest from the front. There's no way that blood from the evidence could have ended up directly behind him. Yes. For blood to have made it to that plate, it implies that the plate was between the victim and the shooter. Which means the shooter must have been sitting opposite the professor's shoe. Jocelyn Brett. Beg your pardon?
Objection!
This is beyond ridiculous. What nonsense. I seriously expect you to believe something you apparently just remember seeing.
Hold it!
This could be the moment that my entire career in the police force has been leading to. Inspector, you mean? Yes, I took the plate. In the interest of preserving evidence from the scene of the crime, I took it. Me and I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief because of it. You did what? Took the steak that you have been eating, Miss Brett. Took the steak that the sergeant had been eating. I did all in the name of justice. Then where can we find out for sure whether or not there's a blood stain on Miss Brett's plate? We must examine it now. Inspector, court wishes to examine the plate victim's table immediately. Yes, sir. Delay. You've ordered the steak. How about the blood? Where's the blood on it? Who else is it? Quickly, Inspector. The blood, man, the blood. Show the court. It's underneath the plate. Impossible! Expression, little boy. You see, this is why I always say you can't trust what the Japanese tell you. Just couldn't agree more. In the case of disgrace of the Empire, we may finally reach our conclusion in this trial. Let's hope so. Let's pretend attempt at court proceedings is painful to watch. I promise to do my best to get all when this is over. Haha, that's the sorry looking steak is. That's all. Just figment of my imagination. Come on. It's 2 plates. We gotta look underneath the plate. What is this? I think it's a Corbin coin. The hallmark is from O'Neill, I believe. No, I don't. What is it? I mean, what's it doing there? Wait, did you say it was a hole in Corbin? Yes. Apart from the meat juices, it looks to be in good condition. It didn't be very vulnerable. This isn't the first time that it's been talked about before. Hello, Bernard and Boyan. I don't think we ever... Okay, showing anything. This means that... I had to kind of be racing as I looked up the meat and the profiles.